After 60, your brain's blood vessels become more sensitive than ever. They're thinner, less elastic, and more vulnerable to everyday choices in the kitchen. The surprising part? It's not always junk food that does the damage. It can be hidden salt in a frozen dinner, sugar poured into your morning coffee, or margarine spread on toast. These small habits silently raise blood pressure, thicken your blood, and inflame delicate arteries. And that's when strokes and memory decline begin to creep in without warning. But here's the good news. Prevention doesn't require expensive pills or strict diets. Research from the American Heart Association shows that trimming just 1,000 milligrams of sodium per day can meaningfully lower blood pressure. Studies in the Lancet also reveal that simple dietary shifts, like more whole foods and less processed meat, cut stroke risk by nearly one-third. That means one decision in your kitchen today can help protect your brain tomorrow. Think of every sip and every bite as either building resilience or adding silent strain. The power is in your hands right now with the foods you choose. So let's walk through 7 simple swaps that can protect your independence, sharpen your memory, and keep your brain strong. Number 1. Limit processed meat use. Bacon at breakfast, ham in a sandwich, a hot dog at a cookout. They feel like harmless treats, but for people over 60, they can quietly strain the brain's blood vessels. Processed meats are cured, smoked, or preserved with salt and nitrates. When these chemicals break down in your body, they damage the inner lining of arteries, especially the small ones that feed your brain. Over time, this damage triggers inflammation, stiffens the vessels, and makes the blood more likely to clot. And that's exactly how silent strokes happen, often during sleep, without warning. A large study published in the BMJ followed hundreds of thousands of adults and found that high intake of processed meats was linked to a greater risk of heart disease and stroke. The message is clear. The less you eat, the safer your brain and heart will be. So, what's the simple fix? Swap the deli meats and sausages for clean protein. Grilled chicken, baked salmon, boiled eggs, or even canned tuna and sardines packed in water are affordable, easy options. These foods support muscle strength, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce inflammation instead of feeding it. Think of processed meat as a special occasion food, not a daily habit. Keep it to once a week or less, and make sure the rest of your meals rely on fresh, unprocessed protein. This one change alone can lower your long-term stroke risk while keeping you energized for the activities you love, because every bite is either pushing your health forward or quietly holding it back. Number 2. Cut hidden salt in packaged foods. You may not touch the salt shaker at all and still be getting too much sodium. That's because nearly 70% of the salt we eat comes from packaged foods and restaurant meals, not from what we sprinkle at the table. American Heart Association. Canned soups, frozen dinners, bottled sauces, salad dressings, even some healthy whole grain breads hide surprising amounts of sodium. For aging arteries, that extra salt acts like constant pressure on a fragile hose. Over time, the walls weaken, small tears form, and clots begin to build. High blood pressure from excess sodium is one of the leading drivers of stroke in older adults. The good news is, you don't have to cut it all, just lower it. Research shows that trimming 1,000 milligrams of sodium per day can already bring blood pressure down, even if you're not on medication. The ideal target is about 1,500 milligrams per day, with an absolute ceiling of 2,300 milligrams. So how do you get there? Start simple. Read every label. Choose low-sodium versions of soup, sauces, and frozen meals. Rinse canned beans or vegetables under water to wash away extra salt. When eating out, Ask for sauces or dressings on the side and use only what you need. And remember, fresh foods like fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and whole grains are naturally low in sodium. By making these swaps, you're not just lowering your blood pressure, you're protecting your memory, your independence, and your future. Every cut in salt is a gift to your brain and your heart. Number 3. Drop sugary drinks. That can of soda, that glass of sweet iced tea, even a store-bought smoothie. They may taste refreshing, but for your brain, they act like fuel on the fire. Sugary drinks cause your blood sugar to spike fast, then crash. Each spike damages the delicate lining of your arteries, making them rough and sticky. Over time, that damage invites inflammation and clots, the very seeds of stroke. The American Heart Association sets a clear limit: no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men. That's less than one can of regular soda. Even more powerful? Keep added sugar under 6% of your total daily calories. The good news is you have easy swaps at your fingertips. Instead of soda or sweet tea, choose plain water, sparkling water with lemon, or unsweetened tea. If you love coffee, enjoy it black or with just a splash of milk. Skip the flavored syrups and heavy creamers. These small changes protect your arteries, lower inflammation, and stabilize your energy throughout the day. And within weeks, many people notice clearer thinking, steadier moods, and less afternoon fatigue. Remember, every sugary drink skipped is a step toward protecting your memory and your independence. Your brain runs better on clean fuel, so give it what it needs. Number 4. Swap pastries and crackers. That muffin with morning coffee, those crackers before dinner, or a cookie, just to treat yourself. They feel small, but they load your body with refined carbs and added sugar. The result? A quick blood sugar spike, followed by a crash that leaves arteries inflamed and your brain under stress. Over time, those daily spikes chip away at vessel health and memory. Studies in PubMed Central show that low glycemic breakfasts, foods that release sugar slowly, support healthier blood flow compared to high-sugar meals. The solution is simple and delicious. Build a 3-part snack: a handful of nuts, about 30 grams of walnuts or almonds, plus 150 grams of plain Greek yogurt and half a cup of fresh berries. This combo gives you protein, healthy fat, and antioxidants, fuel that keeps blood sugar steady and the brain sharp. For breakfast, choose whole grain, low GI options instead of white bread or sweet pastries. Think oats with berries, or sprouted grain toast with avocado. These swaps not only protect your arteries, but also help preserve muscle and energy as you age. Remember, snacks and breakfast are daily habits. If you get them right, you set your brain up for clarity, focus, and stability the rest of the day. Small change, powerful payoff. Number 5. Drop margarine and reused oils. For decades, margarine and shortening were marketed as heart-healthy. But science now shows they do the opposite, silently damaging arteries and raising stroke risk. The World Health Organization has called for the complete elimination of industrial trans fats worldwide because even tiny amounts increase cardiovascular risk. Trans fats, often found in margarine or shortening, stiffen vessel walls and trigger chronic inflammation. And it's not just spreads. Cooking oils reused many times in frying are just as dangerous. When oil is reheated again and again, it breaks down into harmful aldehydes and compounds called PAHs. Research in PubMed Central confirms that these toxic byproducts can damage the endothelium, the fragile inner lining of blood vessels, and promote clot formation. So what's the smarter choice? Switch to extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil for daily cooking and salad dressings. Both are rich in antioxidants and healthy fats that protect brain circulation. And make it a rule: never reuse oil after frying. Even if it looks fine, the invisible breakdown products can silently harm your vessels. This swap is simple, affordable, and protective. By choosing clean oils every day, you reduce inflammation, support memory, and keep your arteries flexible, because your brain deserves better fuel than recycled fat. Number 6. Fix the sugary breakfast. Breakfast sets the tone for your brain and blood vessels all day, but too often it's loaded with sugar: cereal, pancakes with syrup, toaster pastries, or juice. That sweet start causes a blood sugar spike, followed by a crash that leaves arteries inflamed and energy unstable. The American Heart Association recommends keeping added sugar under 25 grams a day for women and 36 grams for men, no more than 6% of daily calories. That means, at breakfast, aim for less than half of your daily sugar allowance, about 12 to 18 grams maximum. So what's the better choice? Build a stable plate: 2 eggs, avocado, or leafy greens, plus a slice of sprouted whole grain bread. Add fresh fruit in its whole form, like an apple or berries, instead of juice. Whole fruit provides fiber that slows sugar absorption and keeps blood flow steady. These swaps turn breakfast from a sugar shock into steady fuel for memory, focus, and mood. And the bonus? Protein and healthy fats in the morning also support muscle strength, something every adult over 60 needs. Small morning choices ripple through your entire day. Start it steady, and your brain will thank you all afternoon. Number 7. Manage caffeine. Coffee can be a comfort. It sharpens focus, lifts energy, and for many, starts the day. But too much or too late can quietly strain the brain and heart. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration sets a safe limit for most adults at no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. That's roughly the amount in 2 to 3 12-ounce cups of coffee. One 8-ounce brewed coffee has about 95 milligrams, a helpful number to keep in mind. Energy drinks, on the other hand, can pack 2 or 3 times that in a single can. And here's the part many overlook: timing matters as much as total. Caffeine stays in your system for hours. If you drink it late, after 2 or 3 p.m., it can block deep sleep, the very time your brain needs to repair blood vessels and clear waste. Poor sleep doesn't just leave you groggy. It raises blood pressure, increases inflammation, and makes your arteries more vulnerable. The smarter approach? Enjoy 1 cup in the morning, maybe a second before noon, and then switch to water or herbal tea. This way you get the mental lift without the nighttime cost. Your brain needs calm to heal. Managing caffeine helps you find that balance. Connection. The big picture. When you look at all 7 changes together, a clear pattern emerges. None of them require expensive supplements or extreme diets. They are small, daily swaps, right in your own kitchen. And science shows these tiny levers move big outcomes. Cutting processed meats lowers exposure to nitrates that damage vessel walls. BMJ cohort studies link processed meats to higher cardiovascular and stroke risk. Reducing hidden salt keeps blood pressure in check. The American Heart Association notes that dropping even 1,000 milligrams of sodium per day can make a measurable difference in blood pressure control. Avoiding sugary drinks lowers inflammation and improves insulin sensitivity. The NIH has published findings that excess added sugar fuels vascular stress and clot formation. Replacing pastries and crackers with nuts, Greek yogurt, and berries stabilizes blood sugar. Low GI meals, confirmed by PubMed Central Reviews, support healthier endothelial function after eating. Switching from margarine and reused oils to extra virgin olive oil protects arteries. The WHO warns that industrial trans fats still cause hundreds of thousands of deaths worldwide each year. Building a balanced breakfast prevents the morning sugar shock that accelerates aging in brain vessels. And finally, managing caffeine helps preserve deep sleep, the very window your brain uses to heal itself. The FDA sets the safe daily limit at 400 milligrams, a number worth remembering. What do these all have in common? They're simple, they're affordable, and they stack up over time, helping stabilize blood pressure, smooth blood sugar swings, reduce vessel inflammation, and keep brain circulation steady. In other words, they cut stroke risk, not through medical miracles, but through ordinary meals made a little smarter. These are the everyday choices that determine whether we age with clarity and independence, or slowly give up ground without realizing it. The truth is, you don't need to change everything overnight. Big results often start with just one small step. Maybe today you skip the soda. Maybe tomorrow you swap margarine for olive oil. Each choice sends a signal to your brain and blood vessels. We're protecting you now, and the payoff? Clearer thinking, steadier energy. A stronger chance of staying independent as the years go by. So here's my challenge for you. Pick just one swap today, whichever feels easiest. Then tell me in the comments with the word START. When you do, I'll send you a 7-day breakfast menu that's low GI, lower in sodium and sugar, and designed for steady brain energy. Plus, you'll get a 1-page caffeine guide, a simple checklist you can stick on your fridge to track how much coffee or tea is safe for adults 55-75. Remember, prevention doesn't happen in hospitals. It happens in kitchens, living rooms, and daily routines. Your health is built choice by choice, meal by meal. So let's take that first step together, today. And if this video helped you, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next set of brain smart tips, because your best years can still be ahead of you.